The medicine is only slightly for me. It's also meant for my sister, my twin sister.
Oh, you have a twin sister? I did not know that.
Not anymore, she doesn't. She just sort of dowers at that. Shay just sort of drops at that.
What?
I'm from Garth-Mod.
Mm-hmm.
Humans in Garth-Mod don't have... They don't survive. Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister and I, we've fled Garth-Mod a time ago. We tried. But... Oh god, it's above, if you're not gonna say it. Only she made it. In her running away, her sister breathed her last.
Oh,
Don't go saying it, I'm sorry. Oh.
Okay.
No, it's okay. But, I still see her sometimes.
In what way, may I ask?
Her spirit, or something like that. She looks at Darcy to confirm. More or less. You're haunted, to say. Though it's not a malicious haunting.
Sorry, I'm just writing this down. So I've never...
The medicine isn't just for me. I can apply it to her too.
So...
It sort of keeps... It's hard to describe. It's like a headache, but on your soul. Like a affliction. The medicine's for me and her, and it just makes things go away. You're welcome, by the way. Thank you. It's like she catches up for being rude or something.
So she... What? She haunts you, or is it like more similar to like a possession, or...
Not a possession. She's well too in charge of herself for it to be a possession. No, it's a haunting of sorts. Although, from the sounds of it, even that is a generous description. She's not always around. She sort of comes and goes. There are certain things that will bring her around.
So is it like she's sort of attached to you, or is she like a separate entity?
I don't know. Imagine it's like this, I suppose. This is a very reductive and simplistic analogy, but it might be one you'll both understand. Although I'm pretty sure I've already told you how it works, Shay. Imagine a dog on a leash. Imagine holding the other end of the leash. Sometimes the dog comes close for pets. Other times it goes off chasing some frivolous thing, off to go shit or piss or do something away from you. I don't know about a specter having to defecate or not, but in terms of the analogy, that is what it does. It comes and goes on either its own whims or by some tacit rule.
But it still has that connection.
Exactly. There's some tether, some thread connecting the two sisters together. Not too surprising, though. Familial blood can work rather peculiarly.
That it can. Oh. Would I have heard of? Would you have heard of this at any point before?
Roll me your background information with your charisma at disadvantage.
Okay, fair. It is disadvantage.
There was like so much like going up and up and hey. Oh shit.
Oh.
That's what fucking matters, apparently. You've heard of some stuff. Blood curses can transcend, one part of the family and stuff like that. There are a number, and think how that's sort of how some Nevados tribes are. That's sort of how, not some, near all tieflings and Aasimar and that sort of, delineation of the standard human Nevados form is sort of similar to this. Although in those cases you wouldn't call it a blood curse, you just call it a blood trait, a lineage trait. So, at some point some Nevados tribe that worships the devil goes, hey, you guys aren't so bad. Here, I have an idea. I'll make you guys better. More like me. Now you're all red and have horns just like me, and you're resistant to fire, and stuff like that. That's sort of how tieflings came about. Or the inverse. How fucking dare you double-cross me, you little bitches. I have an idea. You'll never forget me. Because you look like me. You have the same horns as I do. You'll never forget me, even if you try. Unless you, off yourself. But in that case, I'll be taking your soul. So there's sort of two ways to look at it. A blood blessing or a blood curse. So power through blood is definitely a well-precedented thing in history and in your verisimilitude reality as Fia.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of some sort of spectral or spiritual thing, you're not 100% experienced or versed in such, but you sort of already seen something like this about 3 hours or 2 hours ago with Grandfather.
Yep.
Like, what is up with Grandfather? Does he get summoned back every time, Ray's asks for him and pours, the good stuff and breathes smoke on him? Or is he just always sort of always around, ready and waiting to be brought in? Like a guardian angel. So you've already sort of seen an offset of this style. And whether or not it's achieved by some voodoo ritualistic capability, or it's just because Ray's is literally related to Grandfather. That's why it's called Grandfather, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Like, you don't know, but it definitely could be that case, right? Like if you guys breathed smoke and poured the good stuff on Grandfather, it probably won't do jack shit. So thusly, there has to be some sort of familial relationship to summon Grandfather. Because he's not your guys' grandfather. He's Ray's grandfather. Right? So, it's probably something along those lines, you reckon. So yeah, you've seen and heard of stuff like this before. The only thing that catches you is, the connecting element, so to speak, in the sense of... Because when Ray summons Grandfather, there's a whole kit and caboodle ritual to do it. Breathe incense and smoke and pour some good stuff on him. Reyes knows how to summon Grandfather, and also Grandfather, or inverse of it rather. This is the bit you don't get. Shay says that her sister comes and goes from her, out of her vision and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You observe similar in Grandfather. Sometimes Grandfather will speak when he doesn't have good stuff poured on him and smoke breathed at him. He'll just speak.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what determines that. Why does he speak then and not other times? Why does he just speak all the time? Is it he lacks energy too? Is it there's some sort of intent? Sometimes the dead are sort of listless and wandering. Is it something to do with that? That is another thing that confuddles you in both cases, both for Shay and for Reyes. You don't know. There's a multitude of different reasons. There's no definitive proof as that it's this reason as opposed to another reason. So yeah, you've heard of such. Interesting stuff. Very esoteric. It can be induced by necromancers and stuff like that, or other morbid practitioners of magic. Not that people ever fucking want to do that, but, you know, it can be. On a theoretical level, it can be achieved. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Sort of similar to Ray's then, I guess. His grandfather. Yeah.
It's sort of why I became a bard, honestly.
Oh, yeah?
She gives a weak smile. I hate singing in front of people and all that, but it's what you would have wanted. So that's why I became a bard.
That's interesting, yeah.
And you've reaped no positive benefit other than that whatsoever. Nope. What does that mean? I've heard about how you and that boy hang out together a lot. What? How do you... She just looks at Orist. Doris just looks at Orist. That's creepy. Orist just shrugs. If I stopped doing things because I was creepy, I wouldn't be doing anything at all.
Oh god, that's not...
I agree with... Yeah, that's not a good...
Yeah, justification, really?
Go complain about your boyfriend. We're not dating. Yet. I'm curious, what does your sister think about him? Well... That's all I need to know. Both of you get out. Shay just immediately gets him and like tugs at you. Come on.
Yeah, okay, fine. Thank you for your time, though. Would it be okay if I came back if I ever...
She just gives you like a slow glacial look from her tea mug up to you.
Yep, okay, fine, fair enough. I'm awake.
Fine.
Oh.
Only if you bring interesting topics.
Oh, okay.
It'd be better if you bring Shay. She's so fun to tease. If you need me as like some sort of key to get in here, I don't mind coming with you.
Oh, well, if you insist. And I'll lick my arm. Come on, let's go. Thank you for the tea.
Or it's like Array begins walking, leading you, despite him not checking to see if you're following him or not.
Still creepy as hell. I have to work on your people skills, Orist.
I can be perfectly sociable when I need to be. I just don't ever need to be. Rather sociopathic of him.
Yeah. This is why you don't have any friends.
I don't need friends. Too much of a pain. So,
he's a cheaty fella.
Get going from the sounds of it. You get going.
Yep, I'm not going to overstay my welcome with this lot.
Oh, Tingo, get out of here. Go.
Okay.
And I will look at the art nook.
But, yeah. You know, found out a little bit more about Shay. You guys have heard her sing twice.
Have we in this game?
In this game, technically in character you did, out of game you guys haven't. She technically sung about you guys when she asked with the bard sled.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And you guys have heard her the other time practicing. She sang a song. Both in the previous one and this one. Like she was the first time she was singing, she wasn't practicing. She was just sort of singing wistfully. This time, in this setting, in this iteration, rather, you guys have heard her sing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I kind of want to talk to her as Race, but I don't know about her.
I mean, I can be like, hey, want to come hang out with me and the guys for a bit?
Watching seasons change.
Oh,
Our
yeah, I
roads
remember
were
this.
lined with adventure, mountains in the way. Couldn't keep us from
Where did Varric say
sea.
that he was, by the
Here
way?
we
I didn't catch that last.
Temple, right?
This
Yeah,
is
Temple District.
home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees.
If you're saying something, Crash, I cannot hear you.
I'm not, I'm just listening to music.
Ah.
Wow, the words have a very different thing with context now.
Yes, they are quite literal. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees. She quite literally hears her sister and sees her.
And that's where the Psychic Blades ability comes from, I'm guessing.
It's, you know, it's sort of similar to Lord Adil, you know, where he had like a lover that he lost and he says he still sees her. Not everything is spectral or supernatural. There are other things that are just brought on to the human mind that are just brought through trauma. Hers is a bit of both. And now you guys know why you saw her name in the Architects of Disaster realm. Now you guys know why. Because that was Architect.
Oh my god, yes.
How unfortunate to be the target of a trio of deities called the Architects of Disaster, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's neither here nor there. And
The
you know, you guys
campaign
haven't
had to end!
How tragic.
I was like one conversation, well, a few conversations away. Anyways.
But,
Still fun.
it is currently 6:21 our time.
Oh, my handwriting
So,
changed.
we are ending session there.
It's only 2 for me. An hour early.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm okay to keep going. I'm not doing it. I was gonna grab a nap, but you can go a little bit longer if you guys want. That's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm seeing if this little experiment pans out would be nice. I don't, but we could wait.
Okay.
Or do it now, doesn't matter.
I'm down
Carson?
because I have nothing else to do with my life.
So yeah, I can keep going. Yeah, sorry. Someone just messaged me. But yeah, I can keep going.
Sure. I'm gonna go get
Alright, then
water.
switch gears. Oh. Well, he's not.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing
Whoa.
water. I have headphones on.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rose isn't here first, so we can just keep going. So, Raze, you send off a sending message to Varric or Abigail?
Varric.
Varric? What do you say? You don't have to give me exactly 25 words, just give me the gist of the message. Like, where are you guys? Or something
Varric,
like that. Can we meet up?
I need your help with experiment. Where are you?
Experiments. This ought to be good. Me and Abigail are in the Temple District. The Temple to Seshub. I'm not sure if you would know where the temple is off the bat, but you definitely know where the Temple District is, and you definitely know how to speak common and ask. So
Yeah,
it's not too much of a hassle to find your way to the Temple to Multi-Face Seshub,
yeah.
which is sort of black and white and gray sort of building painted in sort of not checkered. That's way too weird. But it does have sort of alternating trims and different depending on which parts of the building. So like the towers on not the towers, well, I guess they would be the towers, like the bell towers on its left and right sides are both painted inversely. The top of it and the top tiers of it and the bottom tiers of it are painted inversely, given the sort of literal dualistic intent. The windows are immensely bright color though. Bright colored glass. You know, colored stained glass windows. There you go, that's the word I was looking for. Going from reds to blues, from yellows to greens, and you know every color they are in. Diverse in expression, but its core is dualistic. Standing outside is Varric. He's just not really pondering the his own thoughts with Seshub. So he's just sort of standing outside waiting at the bottom of the staircase leading up to it at one of the not braziers, but just like one of the column pieces that just holds like it's a shrouded humanoid figure wearing a mask, except like half of the mask on the left side is cut away, and on the opposite one, it's the same humanoid figure, except they're left-handed now, and it's the right side of the mask, or something like thereof.
Mm-hmm.
He just holds up a hand and greeting at you.
I walk over to him, cradling the ancient black dragon scale in my arm.
It's immensely valuable. So what is that? This dragon scale?
Ancient black.
An ancient. I think that thing might be worth just as much as you guys spent earlier.
Okay.
It's worth a lot. Both for monetary reasons and magic reasons. But I suppose it's the second one that you're curious about.
Yeah, raise him got question. Him need your help.
And they changed the music. as great as this music is, it's not fitting for where you are currently. Let's go for back to Watchman D's. You guys are in chill state. What are you trying to figure out?
You remember the story Race tell you about the blood of the many?
Yeah.
Race try figure out.
Wait a minute. You're not gonna paint your blood on that thing, are you?
Yeah, that's a very good.
He blinks at that. I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Because it's your blood.
He looks at Varric like, yeah?
Like, yeah, it's my blood, what of it? And exsanguinating yourself is dangerous? Because you're going to need to bleed a lot to paint that.
Yes.
It's dangerous.
Yes.
You're still going to do it.
Yes.
He sighs. His form drops like... That's the weirdest way for our Abigail. More healing will probably be more helpful in this circumstance. Where do you plan on doing this?
Don't know yet. Ask you about it. Where? Good.
You probably shouldn't do it at your house, in case something bad happens. I doubt Expedition R&D is going to be willing to give you a slot. The Gravekeeper Chalet might work, if you can get permission, but it might not. If not, then the Grove.
Oh.
The Grove has a lot of third-party experiments, we'll call them.
Okay. You reckon Abigail be long time?
Long time for what?
There you are. I fill her in.
She looks at Varric. He just shrugs. Well, aside from seconding Varric's notions of how dangerous this could be, better you do it with both of us than by yourself.
Yeah. Hold on. Sending Kirsty a message.
Do you think Rose is still asleep?
Probably.
Gonna go check by the house.
It's on the way. Yeah. What are Ruhan up to?
The TLDR of the message is Thea. Doing experiment. Meet you at the Grove. Great.
You can reply to this message.
I'll just reply being like, cool, I'm already here. I guess I'll just wait for you then.
Thea already at the Grove.
Guess
Okay.
I'll ask if she wants to hang in for weird ass experiments, but
I think we go check if Rose come awake.
Let's be off then. You asked if Shay wants to be around for weird ass experiments, and she goes, "What do you? How weird?"
I was just told he's doing an experiment. I mean, could be messy.
She like rubs the back of her neck awkwardly.
I love how that's your assumption.
You could say no, like. It's fine.
No, I'll stay.
Okay.
She gets like a weak smile. I'm sure Peter would rather have me stay and see something. She does air quotes. Cool.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll scar you for life. Maybe it'll be a fantastic experience. Who knows?
I doubt that. I've seen a lot of stuff already.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. So, want to sit over there? She's
Yeah,
pointing
sure.
at a tree.
Yeah.
One of the multitude of trees here in the grove. There are many. So yeah, you two sit down and wait, I guess. Meanwhile, you guys, minus Via, go back home. Rose, you probably have come to about 30 minutes ago? 20?
She is wearing comfy clothes and drinking coffee at a table.
Nice.
I don't know anything about Weird Experiment. She's just gotta relax and think about her life.
Well, the door opens up and there's Raze.
Hey, what's up?
A dragon scale.
Why? How? More how? How?
Reyes ask him get. Now come, I need your help.
Like moral support, or I should put on armor support?
Yes.
Give me a few minutes. She goes upstairs and changes into her armor.